Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're going to talk about something pretty wild. It's this idea that our very perception of reality is becoming the new battlefield. And this is a conflict that's not being fought with bombs or bullets, but with data. And the main target? It's your mind.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this quote, because it's absolutely central to everything we're about to cover. You, yes, you, have a superpower that you might not even realize you're using every single second of the day. And in this new kind of conflict, knowing how to use it is, well, it's everything.
So, to really get how reality can be, hacked, we first have to understand a fundamental truth. What you experience isn't some perfect high-def recording of the world. Nope, it's more like a massive construction project that's constantly happening inside your skull.
Now, scientists have a name for it. They call it your internal model. Think of it like this. Every new sight, every sound, every sensation doesn't just enter your brain clean. It has to mix and mingle with everything that's already in there. Your memories, your beliefs, even your mood at that very moment. It means your past experiences are literally, physically, shaping your present reality.
And this is where it gets really interesting. There's a huge difference between objective reality, the world of atoms and physics, and your experience of reality. Evolution didn't care about showing us the absolute truth of the universe. Not at all. It shaped our senses to give us a useful user interface, one designed for one thing and one thing only, keeping us alive.
And that right there, that internal model, that's the target. It's the central vulnerability in our mental operating system. So the question is, what are the new weapons being built specifically to exploit it?
All right, let's move on to the arsenal. What we're seeing right now is two incredibly powerful technologies coming together in what you could call a perfect storm. We're talking about advanced artificial intelligence and mass-scale surveillance.
Today's AI isn't just a simple tool we command anymore. It's something different. It's more like a rapidly evolving intelligence that is, frankly, learning to understand our psychology better than we understand it ourselves. It is becoming the ultimate persuasion engine, built to manipulate us on a very, very fundamental level.
But here's the thing about this AI. It's hungry. It needs fuel. And that fuel is a constant, never-ending stream of data. Specifically, your data. Those digital breadcrumbs you leave everywhere, they're not just meaningless bits.
Every single website you go to, every search you type in, every like, every share, it's all being tracked, packaged up, and sold. All of this data creates a perfect, high-resolution blueprint of your mind. It maps out your fears, your hopes, your desires. Basically, it's a blueprint for manipulation.
Okay, so we've got the target, our brains, and we've got the arsenal, AI and surveillance. Now for the really crucial part. How are these tools actually used to attack our internal models? This isn't science fiction, by the way. The mechanics of it are all based on fundamental neuroscience.
The attack isn't just some random chaos. It's a precise, three-step method. And each step is specifically designed to hijack the very processes your brain uses, day in and day out, to build its sense of reality.
So, let's look at that first step, hijacking your memory. Now, scientists have shown they can reactivate a cozy, safe memory in a mouse to make a scary experience feel okay. Well, an AI can do the exact opposite to you. By flooding your digital world with subtle, negative cues, it can link them to otherwise positive experiences, essentially souring your entire perception of the world and chemically mimicking trauma.
You might be thinking, okay, that sounds pretty bad for one person. But what happens when you scale this up? What happens when these attacks are deployed across an entire society? Well, the consequences are profound and, frankly, deeply unsettling.
This quote from the YouTuber Exerbia just nails it perfectly. The result is what you could call a misinformation bomb. And the goal here isn't just to spread a few lies. The goal is to make the entire concept of objective truth feel totally obsolete, just burying it under an infinite wave of personalized, targeted nonsense.
This creates a world of what's called cognitive stagnation. We get trapped inside an outdated mental operating system, constantly fed a comfortable but totally false worldview that literally prevents us from seeing reality as it actually changes all around us.
And you know what? Our modern habits are basically setting us up for this. Research is now showing that as little as 60 minutes, just 1 hour, of smartphone use a day can start to induce attention deficits in teenagers. This constant jumping from one thing to the next is rewiring our brains for distraction, and that weakens the very focus we need to resist this kind of manipulation.
And this all leads to a massive societal chilling effect. Just the knowledge that you're constantly being watched forces us into a state of subconscious self-censorship. We start to conform, to submit, which just reinforces the very consensus reality that the AI has been building for us all along.
So, is that it? Are we just doomed? Is the battle already lost? Well, no. The same neuroscience that shows us the vulnerability also, thankfully, shows us the path to building our resilience.
And this brings us right back to where we started. The key is to consciously, deliberately take control of your own internal model. This is your superpower. It's not about ignoring the world, but about actively choosing how you engage with it.
And you can actively train this. Think of it like building cognitive armor. You do it by being deliberate about the thoughts, the memories, and the expectations you bring to every single experience. It's about reinforcing your own agency over your own perception.
Because at the end of the day, here's the big takeaway. You are never just a passive observer of reality. You are an active participant in its creation every single moment of every single day.
Which leaves us with one final, really crucial question you have to ask yourself. In a world of weaponized reality, taking control of your own perception isn't just some self-help trick. It's an act of defiance.